The Remitly review. Remitly is a service that offers a variety of ways to send money, such as through a mobile device or even home delivery. It's great because in some countries it doesn't charge much or even anything at all. However, there are some downsides. For certain countries, the fees can be pretty high and the variety of transfers can be a bit puzzling. Also, not all transfer methods are available everywhere. For some countries, they charge very little or no fees at all. Money can be received in various ways, through a bank, on a mobile by picking up cash, or even delivered to your home. And they offer round-the-clock customer support. Unfortunately, for some countries the fees can be steep, the range of transfers can take time to understand, and some ways of transferring money are only available in some places. If you often send money to loved ones in other parts of the world, Remitly could be a great fit. With their app, which is free to download, you can send money from 21 countries, including the US, to over 160 countries. Depending on where you send money, you can use various methods such as debit, credit, or bank account. The recipient cash in many ways, including through mobile or even delivered to their doorstep. Remitly aims to help immigrants send money back home safely and transparently. This kind of service is often referred to as a remittance. If you send money to many different countries, there might be better choices than Remitly. This is because their fees and exchange rate can vary greatly based on the recipient's location. It's more complex than some of the services like major US banks, which have clearer details about their charges. Remitly stands out because of the many ways you can send money. You can use MasterCards and Visa, debit cards and credit cards, bank accounts, and even some region-specific methods. For example, in the European Union and the UK, you can use MasterCard. In the Netherlands, there's Ideal, and in the US, they have their own app called Passbook. The person you're sending money to can receive it in the bank account, pick up in cash, get it on the mobile, or even have delivered to their home. This depends on where they are, and Remitly is available for recipients in over 100 countries. Setting up an account with Remitly is free, but when you send money, there are fees. These fees can vary a lot based where your recipient is. If you're sending money by credit card from the US, they might add a 3% extra fee. Also remember to check the exchange rate too, as this can affect the amount the recipient gets. Remitly offer a service that allows people to send money to various countries. The cost of sending money can vary based on the speed of the transaction and the country which you're sending money from. Argentina. For faster transactions, the fee ranges from $2.99 to $29.99 depending on how much you send. If the recipient receives your money in Argentine pesos, the slower transaction fees is just at $0.49. If you're sending less than $1,000 in India, the fee is $3.99, whether you choose the faster or slower transaction, but if you send more than $1,000, there's no fee at all. For a quicker transaction in Rwanda, the fee is $2.91 if the recipient gets the money in Rwandan francs. For a slower transaction is $1.99. The fee varies based on the currency in Serbia. If the recipient gets Serbia's dinar, it's $3.99 for faster transaction and $2.99 for slower ones. If they receive euros, it's $5.99 for faster and $4.99 for slower. The fee structure is a bit more complex in Vietnam. For Vietnamese dong is $1.99 regardless of the transaction speed, but if the recipient gets US dollars, the fees can range from $3.99 to $94.99 for slower transactions, and $4.99 to $5.99 for faster ones, depending on the amount sent. The amount you can send varies. In a 24-hour period, you can set up to $3,000. Over 30 days, the limit is the same, but over 100 days, you can send as much as $60,000. If you need to send more, you can request a higher limit by reaching out to Remitly and providing any necessary information. They usually take about 48 hours to approve such requests. Most people, around 9% as of March 2022, use Remitly on their phone, but you can also access it via computer or other devices using their website browser. Their free app is available for both iOS and Android devices. It's user-friendly, supporting 14 languages including English, Spanish, French, and more. The app guides you through the process of sending money. You can choose how the recipient gets the money and how fast they get it. The express option, which uses the debit card, usually delivers the money in minutes. The economy option takes 3 to 5 business days. Remitly offers support through phone and chat. They're available 24/7 in English and Spanish. When testing their customer service, there was a brief wait, but the representatives were polite and knowledgeable. However, there were some minor technical issues during the call. When you consider using Remitly, it's helpful to see how it measures up against other popular money transfer services. Here's a more detailed and straightforward comparison. People in 21 countries, including the US, have the option to use Remitly to send money to individuals to over 160 countries depending on where you are and where you're sending money. You can use a variety of payment methods like debit card, credit cards, and bank accounts. Remitly has partnerships with over 3,000 banks and provides more than 350,000 locations where recipients can pick up their money. Additionally, in some places, recipients can often get their money directly on their mobile phones or have it delivered to their homes. While OFX can send their money to a slightly larger number of countries, Remitly offers unique delivery options. With Remitly, recipients can either pick up the money in person or have it delivered directly to them, which OFX doesn't provide. Wise offers some modern payment methods such as Apple Pay and Google Pay, while Remitly doesn't. However, when it comes to delivering money directly to a recipient's home or business, Remitly has the upper hand, as Wise has offered this service. Zoom offers some additional features like paying international bills or topping up prepaid mobile accounts, which Remitly doesn't have. If you're looking for a potential cheaper way to send money, Remitly's economy option might be more affordable than Zoom services.